Okay, this is a model taken from page 207 in World of Graphics. So we're looking that way. I have these colours kind of coordinated to show the different areas. I suppose you're looking from the different views. But we're going to draw this in class now in an isometric. I suppose if it tilted here in the isometric, that's what we want to draw at the end of the day. An elevation plan end view is in the book on page 207. You can see it's 100 this way, 70 that way, and 60 in height. And then you see the thickness here is 25. And if I take 75 from 100, that's also 25. So that kind of L shape is where we're going to start with this here. I need to get back out into my on shape to start drawing this. And I'm going to create, a document. And then untitled document, I'll put it in as World of Graphics, Done the Graphica. And it's page 207 and it's question 1. Right. So I have it in a folder here, but you don't need to worry about that. You just stick it into anywhere on your on shape. And to start this out, I'm going to draw on the front plane. So I'll go sketch, go front plane. Clicked from the design tree, and then I'm going to hit the letter N, which will bring it normal 2. And it doesn't really matter where I start this off. I'm going to go slightly right of the origin. I'm going to go vertical. I'm going to go horizontal. You can see the wee little symbols are shown there, perpendicular. And you see the horizontal. I want to draw it down or drop it down to that there. You see the wee dotted line, and it's perpendicular and also horizontal there. And that, if anything goes off, and it doesn't matter anyway, because you can click it. Let's just say I draw this out. No, I can't draw it out now. See, I'll have to delete that. Let's just say you go a wee bit too long with this one here. No, I can't. Now the two of them are tied in now. I'll go back again. Let's just say you draw your line from here and it ends up a wee bit too far ahead of that, and you join it up and you click on this here. You can make that vertical, and that fixes all of that there. This isn't touch a coincident, so I want the two of those dots there. I want the two of them coincident. Two of them are touching, and now we have roughly an L shape, and I mean roughly. So from here I'm going to pick my measurement tool. That's 100 along that dimension. These are all on page 207 here, and a height of 60. I'll turn that. These shapes here are 25 and 25. That's not right. 25. And the reason why it's blue there now is because I don't have it, and I don't have it located in relation to the origin. So from this particular line here to this point, it's been contrary here now. I'll put in, it doesn't matter which side I pick it from, as long as it gets, now it's getting it to hit, yeah. It's to get it to hit the origin. We'll see, I'll escape that again. I'll try my dimension tool again. So from that line, and then click it to that origin there, and I'm going to make it 50 because that's halfway then, and everything goes black because I've got that L shape drawn and it's determined. And I will just do sketch, and I'll put in the letter L. Excuse me. So now, when we have that drawn, I'm going to extrude that L shape. So I'm going to type it in, that is extrude. I like keeping the thing here that it is an extrude, and just type in L, and you can see it's pulling it out 25 that way, but the overall depth of it is 70, and I don't really want it all out one side. I want it symmetric, so I want it in the middle. So I hit that, and that's still the 70. So now I have the basic shape of that L shape there drawn, and I want to do that a sloping part here as well too, and it is 30 in depth. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a plane. So I'll go up, hit plane there. I'm going to scroll this around by holding down the right click key and just get that surface and click that surface. Now, that's the plane. I'll put in the plane for the slope, I suppose. And I'll OK that. So now I have a plane here. Excuse me. Don't know why that's red. I need to check that. I'll check the edit on that there. I'll delete that. I don't like that because it's red. So I'll delete that. Just try that again. So I want to pick that surface. So I'll pick the surface even and put plane on it. And face of extrude L, I'll OK that. Now it's not red, that's better. Now there is an issue. See the way the plane one up there, it's off the surface. So I'll need to edit that. I'll go in, I'll edit that. And it's, see, offset here, 25. So I'll just go, pick the plane. Let's see now, it should be. Now this is why it's not working like that for me. It should be entities, plane and point. That should be easier than that there. I've picked the 2 points. I've picked the points on it, the surface. Might try that again. We'll see. We get rid of it. We'll edit that. No, we don't edit it. Get rid of it. I'll delete that. This is part of the fun of going live on these things. So anyway, I want to put in a plane. So I'll click the plane and it says offset. I don't want an offset. I could pick 3 points. I could pick, let's see, a line, a plane point. It doesn't matter. So let's just say I pick 3 points for this. So if I picked that corner, and that corner, now it says flip to normal, so it's bringing it up the ways now. That's a wee bit complicated. It should be easier than that there. So if I go back on that there, I get rid of that. If I go plane again, and let's just try this time. I don't want to offset. I want to, well, I could actually do a 0 offset. Maybe that's easiest. Put in a 0 and just pick the surface. And there's no offset on that now, and the plane is on it. That's easiest there. So again, and behind it, you see the plane is written on that there. So plane, I'll leave it plane 1. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go sketch. I'm going to sketch on plane 1. I'm going to go, I click the plane and go normal 2. Or I could have picked the plane out over here. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this tool up here. It says use. I'm going to pick that line. I pick that line. And what that does is it draws, you can see, it might see it as a wee bit darker on the actual object. And I'm going to join a line from the top corner down to there. And that sketch is of that slope. So now what I have is the plane and the slope on this here. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to extrude that. So at this, and I suppose I can rename it as well too. It's extrude of the slope. What's it doing there now? It's pulling it out the wrong way for me. So I click the arrow to send it the other way. And it is 30. Not 25, so just the depth of it. And I wanted to add this. This is all one part, so I'm going to add it onto that there. And that's okay. So now I have the object that I needed to draw. If I go back to the elevation plan end view, you can see it's drawn in here. And what I'll do here is I'm going to go down to the bottom left hand side. I'm going to click on that plus sign. I'm going to create a drawing. Are you going to create a drawing? Then I think just the drawing template that I've shared with you. Pick that, we'll OK that. Taking a wee while for it to generate. Shouldn't really take that long. I didn't name the Part Studio, I suppose, before I went into this. Now you see Drawing 1 down at the bottom here. I didn't rename that there. I could rename that. Oh, it doesn't really matter, I suppose. I could name it if I wanted to. Right click it. We'll rename that there. Isometric 1. Well, Isometric 1. And that's named now. So we'll go to, it's not the assembly. We don't need an assembly because it's only one part. Go to the drawing. I'm going to insert Isometric 1 now. I take that in. At scale 1:1, as you can see here. So I'm just going to draw. You can see from the book as well too that it was an elevation plan end view, and it was done in the format where obviously the plan's below no matter what. And then the end view was over here like that. And I'm going to escape that there now. And that's my elevation plan end view, which is grand. Need to move these things around a wee bit on the page. It's a pity now that's over on the left hand side. You know what we might actually do is we might just drag that over to this side here, and it might give us more room to put in our isometric. So that's the general layout of that. And to insert the isometric, I'm just going to go up to insert view here again. You can see on this here it says front. I'm going to go down here and pick isometric. Now it's turning it the wrong way around, which is a bit of an issue. Yeah, so like I don't want it coming in like that there. Unfortunately, that's the way it's drawing it in there now, like, you know. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and drag a view then off this here, a projected view. So if I pick the elevation and I drag a projected view off that there, that is my isometric there. Now there's a whole load of detail that you have to put into this here now. You want to put in, you know, your written pieces. We could put in a shaded view of that there if we coloured it up and all that. So if you would like to, you want to go back to your Part Studio and you want to put in your colours. Let's just pick a lot of colours here on this here now. So I'll go in over here to the right and it's a panel of appearances. And I'm going to add, let's see, up on the right there's an add face or appearance. And what I'll do is I'll pick the L shape and that sloping shape, and I'm going to pick something kind of pinky in colour. Might go to the mixer, might be easier to, no, it's not great. Yeah, back to the palette, go with that. That's kind of the closest I have to pink. Then I'll pick these two surfaces here and I'll add again. And I'll pick a kind of a greeny type colour, sickly enough looking colours, and then I'm going to pick these two faces here and I'll go add again, and this time I'll pick something that's kind of a wee bit yellowy or orangey in colour. It's not like the book, to be fair. And then this one that's up here, I can add that too. Excuse me. And it's a kind of a purple colour. I'll OK that. So when you have them colours in, then you can click on this, it'll get rid of it. It's got colours on it of some kind. Go into my drawing, and if I click that, escape the command, I'll right click this and say show hide shaded view. It should apply the colours then to that there. Now it hasn't updated, so I need to update it. I'll do the wee refresh up here. Now that's got the colours. In addition to this here, the only thing I'm looking for you to do, see the way when I renamed it as well too, it puts in the isometric 1 there, so whatever part you name it there, it's set on the drawing sheet to pick that in. I'm going to pick a line. I'm going to line it up to this corner, well, I can line it up to this corner here. you see, and I'll draw it horizontally across the page here. And that there is essentially my XY line. I'm going to put in a note here. And the note I'm going to put in is, I'm going to change the size here. Change that to 6. And I'll type in elevation. I'm going to go caps on all this here. ELEVATION. And again, you see it's changed from the size. But anyway, put in 6 again. See if it applies it. It didn't apply it. Lovely. So I'll just double click that again. I'll highlight my letters. And I'll put in the 6. And now it's brought it up to the right one. This thing here allows for the length of the word. I'll OK that. So now it should. It's gone out of me text again. So I'll click that. This time, let's see if we can get the 6 in the drop down. That's a plan. I'm not worried about the placement of these things. I don't even click out of that there. I'll just click in again and I'll go end view. And now you see the way it's gone down to the size, small size. I forgot to add my 6. And then I'll type this one in. See, I'll pick the size again before I type it this time. And this is isometric. And I do need an X as well too here. And a Y. I could put in the title here of the page number and all that sort of thing. You put in your name and all that sort of stuff. I'm not going to do it on this here because the video is probably long enough now. Another wee thing that I would do here is, this can be handy, is I just draw a horizontal line. Let's see, it should be I'll just draw a solid line, let's see. And I take a measurement maybe from the XY line to that line now if I can. Oh, it's picking up on the two different lines. See, pick that. No, it's not going to do it for me. I'll guess it then. But if it looks good, it's good enough. So I'll escape that. I'll take this and drag it down to where the line is. I'll do that, the same with that there. And roughly to the left-hand side, it's different to a pencil drawing. You want to have this, the two of them look fairly even there. And that's the reason why I drew the line. But if you need to move them, you can click the two of them at the one time, and it'll move the two of them exactly the same then, which is quite handy. And now I need to just move it's moving everything there now, you see. I click out of it, and I just click the singular one. And you're looking for a similar spacing then for that. And the same to this guy here. We'll put it left aligned and leave it like that. And that's your elevation plan and end view and your isometric drawing, all created from creating the object in 3D to start off with. Obviously I have all the planes in that there, you can hide all that stuff. It'll probably look a wee bit better when it's on its own like that. So I know this is kind of a long video, but it's the only thing I'm going to ask you to do here today. So that's it in its entirety.